Howdy folks, I'm Vince, this is Rose. We're going to do something called the isolation sessions here, considering the local issues going on in the world. I'm going to throw a bunch of lessons up, tutorials. I'm going to do one a day, as long as I can, as long as I'm in isolation. How's that? We're going to start today with some Stones. I'll do a run through, come back and get nice and close and show you what's going on. That's what I say. I can't get no satisfaction. All right, let me show you what I'm doing here. So what this is trying to do is putting the whole song into one guitar the best we can, a little bit of rhythm, two guitars, getting that while keeping the chord shapes. So to do that, this song is in E, recorded, and it is still in E, but what I've done is I've gone to a drop D tuning, my D string and my E string. Low E's been lowered to D, so now they match. So you can check that out somewhere if you like. But so if I take an open D tuning and I move it up to the second fret, guess what? That D chord becomes an E chord. So now that we have that E chord with that drop, because that's kind of key to this whole thing, you want to get this groove. So I'm doing a D chord for the most, and I'm leaving the high E string open. So essentially what we're doing here, and I'm going to call out the formations as they are if this was the nut. The only other move here is that if you listen to the song and you hit that low E, and you were just to play it alone, and then I'm just keeping the chord, and instead of going, I'm hitting the whole chord. And then I'm taking this finger off, still in the key, a little more melodic, but so that's the kind of the main groove part. The other parts are the chords. So the next chord here is it's a G formation, again in consideration of where the nut is. I could play the G here, but I'm in drop D, so if I play a normal G, something wrong there, right? Because it's not the right note anymore, so I can't play that G. But what I can do is hit the G note up here and keep the root, so I can go do it. I can't get no satisfaction. And then you could hit either not play that high E or fret it at what would be the third fret here, and that's a G chord. Now I'm muting out this A string with my finger as well. Now again, if that's too tough for you, you could just play your G and not play the root, but it loses some of its power. So it's I can't get no satisfaction if it doesn't have that So that's the reason I play the G up there. And then the other parts are just keep that D, and I try, until it's an A minor or an A7th chord, and I try. Back to that D again with the open E, and I try, and I try. And this is a G, you can't play it here, but this particular one I find fits here, so I just play the regular G. So essentially the whole thing again is, but I try, and I try, to the A7, to the D, and I try, to the G, and I try, And all I'm doing with the G is I'm leaving the E open, pretty much the whole song. I'm muting this D with this finger and I'm fretting it at the 2nd fret. And then the other part is I can't get no, and which brings you back to the main part. I can't get no. I can't get no. The only thing I would recommend there is do some shots, right? When I'm driving in my car in a mid-coast. Just get that kind of feel. I'm kind of muting it a little bit to get that. Don't have to again, but just to add some more dynamics. Not hey, hey, hey. And then the last part is the fun part. Hey, hey, hey. Hitting that groove, so. Little slap on the guitar, and then away you go. That's it for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed that one. I will catch you tomorrow. Stay safe.